Hey, beautiful people, welcome back to another video. This is episode 188 of Credit 101. In this episode, we're going to talk about how to get the best information on credit card terms and rates. And you guys should definitely look this up because when I looked at some of the credit cards out there that I necessarily did not have, but when I was growing my YouTube channel, people was like, oh, make a video about this credit card, that credit card. I realized that some of these credit cards were predatory lenders because they had maintenance fees, horrible annual fees. And I was just like, you gonna charge somebody $100 and some dollars per month on a $300 credit card, a $500 credit card as a annual fee? That is crazy. So that's why I think that you guys need to understand this. So there's a few things that I want you guys to do. Now, the first thing is, if you want to find information on this, you need to definitely start with the research. Compare your credit card offers. You want to look for the different APRs, the fees, the rewards, and benefits. Do some research when it comes down to these credit cards. You can look right on their website. They're going to have all the information about the different credit cards that they offer, their APR, their fees, the rewards, and their benefits. Literally look there. Now, not only do you want to just look on their website, but try to read the fine print. Some credit cards may say, hey, we're going to give you 3% back in rewards, but it's capped at this amount. Some credit cards may, if you look at their terms and conditions, you will see that they actually offer an annual fee that you didn't know about. There's maintenance fees on there. The reward structure may be different, or they're just special terms. You guys have to understand these different things. You have to also look and see, and you can look on their terms and conditions. So you can look up Discover Cashback Credit Card Terms and Conditions. And it's going to be different too, because they may give you a different offer than somebody else. But when you look at your terms and conditions, or if they offer you a credit card, look and see if there's annual fees, if there's foreign transaction fees. Maybe you like to travel outside the country and you don't like this credit card because they're going to charge you a 3% fee to use your credit card. You want to look at late payment fees if you just know that you have problems being late. You know, if you pay in the minimum payment, you shouldn't have a late fee. But if you know that there's a chance of this, please look at this. And then also look at balance transfer fees. Maybe you want to do a balance transfer. They offer you 0% APR, but you find out they're going to charge you 5%. And you decide you don't want that credit card anymore. That's something that you guys should look at. You also should be looking at the APR when it comes down to these credit cards. And the one I really want to look at, because I don't care about APR. I don't care if they charge me 1,000% because I'm paying a statement balance by the due date. That means they're never going to charge me interest, because whatever my balance was last month, I paid it off. What you charging me interest for? What I like to look at is their 0% APR. I want to know how many months it's for. And the reason why I want to know this, and I want you guys to look at this too, is because if they said they're going to give you 0% APR for 12 months, and then say if your due date, like one of my credit cards, my due date was like November 28, 2024, right? That's basically the day that my statement is going to close on that credit card. I had to have the credit card paid off by that date, right? If I don't know what that date is and I don't have it paid off, y'all, they're going to charge me interest on that credit card as if I never had 0% APR. So you might as well just basically never paid anything on it, because they're going to charge you. It's going to look just like that. It's going to look as if you never paid anything on it. So I definitely want you guys to evaluate the different APRs when it comes down to these credit cards. And you want to know too if it's variable or if it's fixed. So definitely evaluate it. Also, consider like the different rewards and benefits. You can see these things on their website, because some credit cards just have certain rewards or cash back. You want to know if it's also what's the points per dollar spent, what's the different category, and you want to know which one have the higher rewards. You also want to know if there's any additional benefits, such as travel insurance, purchase protection, extended warranties. And you can find this out right on their website, and you can also find this out on by just calling them or looking at their terms and conditions in terms of what you guys are going to get for your credit card. And then you want to also look for reviews and ratings. You can look on it on the internet. You can just put Discover credit card approvals, and you can see the approvals for it. If you got a specific credit card, you want to see the Apple credit card approvals. You can look right there. And I put a lot of this on my website also, Rickita.com. If you search any credit card on my website, you should be able to see if I have a review for it. And if I have a review, if anybody got approved for it, like on my YouTube channel, I found out about it, I put it right there so you can just see it. is there for you. So you can search any credit card right on my website, right at the top. It's a search bar. Just search there and you can see if there's any type of reviews on it and ratings. And if y'all have problems or if y'all ask me certain questions, I don't know. I'm like, I ain't got your credit card. I literally just call that credit card company and ask them a billion questions. I remember I was in class last night too. And this is a law class. And she's like, when you are working to be a lawyer or a paralegal, you need to be curious. And I was like, okay. And she was like, if you got a question, you need to ask it. Why is it this way? Why is it that way? How can we do this? How can we not? How can you do these different things? And I remember my dad used to say, Pookie, you talk too much. You talk too much. You ask too many questions. But look, you guys, how much that has benefited me now. So if y'all have questions, call and ask. I will literally call and ask about anything because I don't want to be wrong. And I just read a book called The Four Agreements, and I want to make sure I understand exactly what's going on. I don't want to assume about anything. So if y'all have questions, just contact them and contact the issuer. And make sure you guys are reviewing your credit reports. Check your credit scores. Understand that your credit score is going to impact your terms and rates. If you find out they're giving you horrible terms or they're trying to give you a high APR, you got to figure out what's going on with your credit that's making this happen. And make sure you guys go to my website, Rickita.com. If y'all have any negative accounts, go there. I have a free dispute letter that you guys can use to work on removing any negative accounts that you have on there. Plus, I have other targeted dispute letters if you have bankruptcy, charge-offs, late payments, student loans. I have targeted letters for that. And then make sure you guys compare your credit card offers periodically. Make sure you guys stay updated on the different changes that's happening out there and see if you guys are getting the best terms and rates. I listened to Rich BFF girl. I just literally got her book, and she's like, we need to have the audacity, like rich people. If you know that you got a high APR on something, you can call them and see if they can give you a better APR. If you know you got an annual fee and you don't like the annual fee, call them and see if they can get rid of the annual fee. But make sure you guys regularly compare your credit card offers. And then if you guys see that there is something, like if you have an annual fee on a credit card, just try this out. Call them and say, hey, I'm thinking about canceling the credit card because I do not like this annual fee. I was just wondering, is there anything that I can do instead of just canceling the credit card? Because I really love my credit card. I love your company. I want to stay with you guys, but I just cannot afford this fee. Just see what they're going to say. They may say, oh, you know what? We can get rid of the fee, or we can lower the fee. They're going to tell you something, or they're going to say they can't do anything for you, but at least you tried. That's all I can say. So hopefully you guys can go through these steps and you guys can fully understand how to get the best information on credit card terms and rates. Let's actually check out my website. Hey, welcome to episode 189 of Credit 101. In this episode, we're going to talk about being aware of the pre-approved offers from these credit cards. So I always tell you guys, I love my credit cards that can pre-approve you or pre-qualify you without a hard inquiry. I love that list, and that list is on my website. You can just scroll down and you'll see the pre-qualified with a hard inquiry. We're going to go over that a little later after I go over these things. But there's some stuff that you should be aware of. Okay, this is not always good depending on your situation and your credit. If you guys have lower credit scores, you got to look harder than those people that have better credit scores, because if you got better credit scores, they're not just going to hit you with BS. I'm going to be honest. They're not going to try to sneak in a high annual fees and stuff like that. They're not going to have all of that. But if you have lower credit scores, you have to look at these different things for sure. So know the difference between actual pre-approval and the difference between the pre-approval and approval. So pre-approval mean that they looked at your credit they looked at some of it, and they think that it's a chance they can give you a credit card. Actual approval is, hey, we approved you, your credit card coming in the mail. We did full underwriting, you getting your credit card in the mail. So even though I told you guys I have the list that can pre-qualify you without a hard inquiry, until they actually tell you what your limit is, and you go through that full process and they say your credit card is in the mail, or you can use your credit card now, add it to your Apple wallet. Until they do that, y'all don't actually have approval. They say, hey, we look like we can give you a credit card. We look like that's a pre-approval. That's not an actual approval. So you have to understand that. And you have to check for any hidden fees. Sometimes these credit card companies can have high annual fees, balance transfer fees, foreign transaction fees, and then you may not be able to immediately see these things. It's not going to be obvious immediately. So you want to look out for these different things. So make sure you guys carefully read the terms and conditions and understand what fees are associated with this offer. Okay. And you also want to review the APR and the interest rate. I always say pay your statement balance by your due date. You don't have to worry about APR like everybody else, but you still want to compare it. You want to know what APR they do have for you, especially if it's 0% APR. You want to know how many months it is. So when I had got approved for 2 credit cards with the same bank, they gave me 0% APR on both of them. But one of them was like, okay, we'll give it to you for 12 months. The other one said we'll do it for 21 months. Like, those are the 2 credit cards. And I'm like, this is different. And I didn't realize that. I thought both of them honestly was 12 months until I looked, and I like to put my deadline on my spreadsheet for my credit cards. I'm like, what? Y'all give me 21 months? Well, I didn't need it, but I'll take it. Thank you. So you want to actually make sure you compare these different things and consider also the rewards and benefits when they come down to these credit cards. So when you're pre-approved for a credit card, they'll tell you what rewards or benefits that you're going to get, such as cash back, travel points, or discounts. And make sure you guys understand and make sure that these rewards align with your spending habits. I don't want you guys to get a credit card that's going to give you 2% back on dining, and you're in your debt-free journey and you're not buying anything. Like, you're not going out to eat, you're eating at home. That's not for you right now at this moment. So you just want to make sure the benefits align with what your current goals are, and make sure you guys be cautious and understand the impact this can have on your credit score. A pre-qualification means we're going to do a soft pull. Is not a hard inquiry, but once you say yes, I want this credit card, it's going to be a hard inquiry. It's going to be a hard pull on your credit report, and it can actually lower your credit score. Okay. And then also, when this credit card is added to your credit, we don't talk about that. When this credit card is added to your credit report, there's other things you need to think about too. And then watch out for the terms and conditions. I like to look in the terms and conditions, and I start to look at the terms and conditions when you get them credit card offers in the mail. I remember I was getting credit card offers in the mail, and I kept getting also, I seen these offers coming in the mail, and I'm like, y'all doing me wrong with these offers. Like, why would y'all ever think I would want this credit card? But I started seeing that people in the comments was actually asking me to do a credit card review on this. And I'm like, well, let me do it. Why not? And I looked at their terms and conditions, and I saw that they had maintenance fees, annual fees over $100. But this is the thing, y'all. These are not credit cards that's like my American Express, where they're going to charge you $99 per month as an annual fee, but you got so much in rewards. So it basically pays for itself. This is a credit card that's probably going to only approve you for $300 or $500. So look at the terms and conditions, like really look through it and look at the different fees on there. And if you guys need help learning how to really read this, let me know, because I can set up a separate video on how to actually read it. And also evaluate your current credit situation. Understand that adding another credit card to your credit report can actually lower your credit score or increase your credit score. If you already got so many credit cards, getting another credit card is going to lower your credit score. Like, anytime I get another credit card at this point, it's going to lower my credit score. Unless I have high utilization and I get approved for a high limit credit card, then it can actually help me, because that credit card is a new amount available that I'm not using, and it can help my utilization. If you guys don't have at least 4 credit cards, and that credit card it should actually increase your credit score. So understand that for sure. And also understand too, sometimes you get those offers in your emails, saying that you're approved for a credit card. Be wary of these different scams, because some of these credit cards can just be saying that some of these companies can be saying that they approved you, but they're not the actual company. All they're doing is trying to get your personal information. So let's actually check out my website so that you guys can see those credit cards that can pre-qualify you without a hard inquiry.